Well, if you become a better person, then you'll attract and be with a better person. They want to do everything but become a better person. But anywho, I wanted to play this video because I
White women, it
was
seemed like they wanted me to be a version of a man that they thought was ideal.
so this is going to be our first specimen. So basically, what this video talks about is basically how the white men that black women are able to get are usually the kind of white guys that either Becky don't want or they're like black sheeps of the community. But most of the time, they're not normal. They're not like top picks for like for white women. I mean, if the guy isn't like ugly or in terrible shape, usually it's because he's not ambitious. He's probably a loser. He's probably I mean he's a white pookie. A lot of times they be white pookies. Listen, we've seen a growing pattern of bald white dudes getting with these beautiful black women. And on top of that, they know that if they get into a relationship with a black woman, he don't gotta worry about the bills. He can maintain a good lifestyle because she's gonna be more than willing to go 50-50. Now listen, she won't just go 50-50. Listen, Keisha may foot the whole bill for that rent to be with that man. Because if you watch this channel right here, you see how often that goes on. Most of the time, if you see a white guy with a black woman, a lot of times she's paying for him. She's paying for him, or she's investing into the relationship financially. Like basically, it's a lopsided financial commitment. I'm not saying that men and women can't both contribute to the relationship and whatnot, right? But it shouldn't be lopsided, especially given all the shit y'all be talking on brothers. Okay, so we're gonna do a Brad translation. First, we're gonna get to quite a rough looking couple. So it says POV. I have a white husband and I overhear him disciplining our kids.
They're like hunters searching.
As a society,
but who do we?
They're like hunters searching.
She said I might be a seven of blacks. The seven of blacks, first of all. Man, fam. Seven, you tripping. You going way too high. Way too high. All right, go ahead. But I'm a 10 to colonizers with a slave fetish. Hold on, let me see that body. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. She wearing that purple dress. So what you just let me tell you something. This is a really interesting conversation because not until a few years ago that people start noticing and talking about when black women try to get with white men, they will not be wearing weaves in their hair. I mean, they will sometimes. They may have a bad weave or a bad wig. It's like no in betweens either. They wear their hair super natural and dry, or it's bad wig and bad weave time. You know what I'm saying? And I can't respect your hairline.
Always respected your hairline on television.
You know what I'm saying? Come on now, come on. So let's go ahead and look very closely at these matchups here. Okay. So in the background, you have this. It's right here. This is a strong two. This Brad is a strong two. This ain't nothing good going on here, fam. Nothing good going on here.
Divestors and Becky's rejects. The only type of white men that deal with divestors are the white men that white women don't want. According to that tattoo-filled black woman at the start of the video.
You know what? Maybe that's not her man. Like, maybe that's her boss. Maybe that's not her man. She was too happy about all that. She felt like she might have been violated.
Biracials are confused because they don't fit in anywhere. Well, whose fault is that? Look at the white men that get with divestors. These white men aren't trying.
Yo, this white guy's twerking. No white man that's worth his salt is ever gonna make a TikTok twerking. Is this first of all? Oh gosh, the guy who runs this channel always points out the kind of white guys who be dating black women is always some kind of, I'm not saying it's all of them, right? But a lot of times they either be closeted or they have some crazy sexual proclivity. Any man that twerks and is into an alternative lifestyle, I'm trying to tell you right now, because that is, for white men, that is the alternative lifestyle. Okay, because at the end of the day, you gotta look at what that looks like for the white family that you're coming home to. Like, they're not thinking like, you know what I want my son to do? I want my white son to go out there and find him a beautiful dark skinned woman to bring home, and I want to just love that. No one ever thinks that. No one ever thinks. You don't think for your black son, oh my God, I hope he grows up and just gets the whitest girl possible and brings her here, and I wouldn't love anything more than to have a daughter-in-law that looks like Bobby Adeloff. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you don't think that. Like, no one thinks that. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with interracial dating, but that, you got to realize that, again, there's a huge clash going on when you mix two different cultures and two different races, especially black and white. But those white families are not happy to see you. Those white families were not planning for their son or to bring home a black woman. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's like this thing where I had to point this out. No other group except for black women look at interracial dating the same. Interracial dating kind of happens for other groups of people. It's not really a lifestyle. You know what I mean? Whereas for black women, they try to make it into a lifestyle, make it into a whole statement. They put names on it, divester, swirler, you know what I mean? Rather than just saying, nah, I met this guy, he's a great guy, he happens to be white. Like, for the most part, if you're with someone who's not black or vice versa, right? Someone should find that out because they see you with the person you're with. It shouldn't be your identity or the thing that you choose to go on TikTok and social media and talk about as if it's like some kind of social cause or some kind of statement. But it really, but at the end of the day, it really is a statement for them, because it is a statement that says, listen, you may be my male counterpart, but I don't got to deal with you. I mean, because I really would rather not have to deal with you or be with you in a submissive way, which is why, for the most part, black men can only experience black women in a combative way, in a difficult way, in a way where, like, if you have any respect for yourself, you can't stay in that shit long term. Because most black women, for the most part, if they're around you, again, and they mind, it's like, well, I watched you be a slave and be oppressed and not have rights and be fighting tooth and nail for the smallest thing for hundreds of years. So that shit ain't gonna stop because they changed the laws. All right, well, he may not be your master, but I'll be your master. Or he may not be trying to, go at you like that, but I'm gonna go at you like that. I'm gonna go because you was a boy. No, you don't deserve more from life. No, actually, you deserve less. No, nigga, no. All y'all ain't shit. All y'all bad fathers. All y'all broke. All y'all stupid. All y'all say this. Ghetto gaggers has never been protested. I've never seen one TikTok from any black woman talking about, let's sign a petition to get that site taken down, or which again, I don't think you could do that, but there hasn't even been any talk about that. Y'all niggas can make videos day in and day out about ICE. I keep telling y'all, we seriously underestimate the amount of idiots that we have living in the country. So I'm gonna go ahead and go full screen and let Brad twerk for y'all some more.
To build a community for divest.
And just real quick. Hold on. Let's read the caption.
These white men aren't trying to build a community for divestors.
Here we go. He says, do you want to watch the new JJK episode when we get home? JJK, what's that stand for? Okay, I don't know what that stands for. I'll figure it out.
White men that get with divestors.
Her saying I already watched it. Another thing too. Again, I told y'all, no in between. Either super dry natural hair, or it's bad wig time, or it's bad weave time. And on top of that, she got that headband to go away. Got that headband is holding that whole situation together. There's a disaster, a natural disaster going on under that headband. Whenever you see that headband, that is a telltale sign of a divester. If you are a black man dating a black girl right now, and she be holding her weight together with a headband, Go on and get out of there, bro. Or go on and get in there. Because she definitely with it. She with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a sign Brad done been there. But also too, this is how they be looking. A lot of times, if you ever date a girl who looks like this, or who was like within like this like looks range, she definitely been dogged out by Brad. She definitely, because another thing too with millennials and Gen Z is that dating apps, I think, and this is my theory, dating apps have made it way more possible for more white men to be able to have these like ghetto gagger type of experiences with black women. Let me tell you something. If you ever come around a black woman who's been with a white guy, listen, just go ahead and just start prying and asking her about like, yo, you guys ever do anything wild, anything crazy? I've heard stories, and they won't talk about it as if it was like a bad experience. They'll talk about it as if like, yeah, man, he was kind of bugging out. I remember I had a homegirl of mine talking about how like, yo, this dude was pouring hot wax on her, but it wasn't like a conversation. We said, hey, check it out, bro. How would you feel about some hot wax being poured on your body? Nah, he just did that shit. Or like, I think the same dude he forced the backdoor situation on her, tried to backdoor her in a way that wasn't conducive to her being comfortable. So it wasn't like a conversation where you say, hey, listen, I want to try this today or something, or there was some kind of loot. Nah, he tried to force that. Basically, he was trying to sodomize her. Or like, I remember my ex telling me about like, now mind you, she's not going to tell me the whole story. She probably did fuck a few of these guys, but and she probably, who knows. Another thing too, being as though it never works out with the first Brad, what happens is black women who try to date white men like exclusively or try to really pursue white men, what normally winds up happening is you keep having bad experiences, and after a while, what happens? It makes it easier and easier to stack up bodies, because the longer a woman stays out of a relationship, which is like just by math, you're gonna have more bodies. And also, if you're a divester, you gonna wind up knocking down a lot of. I'm not knocking. I'm not knocking. I'm gonna say that you're gonna wind up getting knocked down by a lot of Brads, just by way of the math. But I'm still hurt. I don't like this. I don't like this shit at all. Another thing too, if the Brad is at all in shape, nigga, she paying. And now that we done seen who he talking to, she definitely paying. You see that nose? She definitely paying.
White men aren't trying to build a community for divestors and biracial kids. They just look for an in-house concubine.
Why do I date black women? Well, that's easy. Well, first of all, I don't date black women. I am currently in a relationship with a black woman who I will marry because I love this woman. Wow. But I have historically predominantly dated black women. And there's been times in my life where I've been asked why, which I think should be a rhetorical question, but I'll entertain you with an answer. And the answer is so easy. Because early on, where white women denied me, black women accepted me. It was how often when I dated white women, it seemed like they wanted me to be a version of a man that they thought was ideal, and that often the black...
Basically, they wanted him to get a job. They wanted him to get a serious job. They probably wanted him to be a man. They probably wanted him to handle them bills. They probably wanted him to up his game. Brad don't be coming with nothing to these interracial relationships. From time to time, you hear about an anomaly where, he happened to be a rich Brad or Brad with some money. And even then, most of the time, if you ever see Brad with a black woman, he's not there just to be there. Usually she's smart. Because that's actually a sign that, that's probably an intelligent black woman or a black woman who can make some money. Whether it's about hook or about crook, whether she's selling some pussy, you know what I'm saying, whether she's doing real estate, or just all three. Or, she might rap too. Might be rapping, So, and not only that, he admitted that your counterpart, white women don't want you. What does that usually mean if the women from your group don't like you? That usually means that something's wrong with you. And also, too, I don't know what it is, but white people do not like gingers, okay? They do not fuck with gingers. Gingers don't fuck with gingers, okay? And he got gingivitis.
Women I dated wanted me to be the best version of myself that I already was. It was how my white exes used to say, you can't grow hair at all, like you don't even try. And how black women said, ooh, you just have a sexy bald head. It was how white women told me that my beard was too prickly and uncomfortable, and how black women put oil on it and softened it up. So why do I love...
Black wife effect right there, baby. That's Roll Out 2026. That's what I'm talking about. Nigga, you ain't never gonna get the kind. Ain't never gonna happen for you. Nigga, you'll become a story. And she tells on TikTok of, I couldn't believe this nigga want to go out with me and have the nerve to have a dry ass beard. Now I don't got a joke prepared for this situation right here, but I wanted to kind of try. But the point being is, she sees this kind of man as more worthwhile in terms of investing, and she sees these because these are investments. This is the best investment that any woman could make, is finding a guy that you can work with, a guy that you're compatible with, and the guy that you can stay with long term, so you guys can have a good life. Because love does kind of come last. Like, you do have to look at these finances and also class, and do y'all beliefs and behaviors align, right? And so with a white man, I think it's easier for them to see these kind of things as investments. Now, it's a joke, of course, them having a dry ass beard, but black women will get with these kind of men, and they won't see it as a waste to invest time and energy and kind of and help him, right? And also, I gotta ask you, sir, why will you walk? For the fact that a woman had to put grease in your beard says a lot about you as a man. I mean, in terms of like how you carry yourself, how you present yourself, because you know he probably has a smell to him. You know what I'm saying? Probably got a little smell.
We're good to go.
You know what I'm saying? He probably got a little smell to him and whatnot. You know what I mean? But yeah, more than likely, like he's not someone who has a high paying job or is an actual professional or even seems to want to be a professional. He probably has one of those jobs where like he don't got to work every day, or he's probably one of those guys like, yo, he doesn't want to be bothered with, you know.
Who are these niggas?
Chill. He'll want to be bothered with being a like real provider male, I guess. I don't know. Cause I mean, listen, a lot of modern men don't realize how much they cheat themselves out of life when you share finances too much with women, because you get to where like, yo, you'll never condition yourself to even want to think about how to make more money. Cause like, yo, I mean, like, now I would never do this. When I was younger, this would be a thing that I would think about offering. Like, oh well, I'm gonna get with a girl and she can move in with me and whatnot. Or I had the leverage of, you know, I have a place for you to stay. I would never offer no girl to come stay here. For what? You don't gotta stay here, right? Because I don't look at what I have as, you know, in terms of like stuff like this as a way of getting girls. But that is an option. A lot of guys can't say, yo, you can come stay here in this room here, because where I live at, nigga, it's room. Like, it would be more than enough room for me to be in here with the girls. Enough closet space, you know, enough room and whatnot. It'd be, I mean, yeah, you know, like we'd be good. You know what I'm saying? It's different rooms in the house. So, you know, it's like a big ass apartment. It's not a thing where like, yo, we in the studio, you gotta hire for me in the bathroom and everything. Like, yo, like dead ass, she could be in the house and I will not see her for hours. That's how big the apartment is. Matter of fact, like when my son is here, yo, if I'm not over here in this side of the house, I won't see him for a while. I won't lay eyes on him for a while, because yo, he in a whole different room. A lot of y'all niggas can't say that. Okay, a lot of you niggas, you can see your whole apartment from the door. You can see the bedroom door, you can see the bathroom door, and whatever they got in the living room from the door. You gotta go on a journey in my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know, so,
Shut the fuck up! You was watching tables. You was waiting.
matter of fact, this white dude probably was waiting.
Black women, it's because it's where I found love and covered in love and taught how to love and shown that love isn't this affectionate feeling that makes you feel ushy and gushy. It's sacrifice and consistency. It felt real. It felt raw. It felt like home.
Oh, so when Clifton Powell said that he just learned how to love, y'all was online talking about him crazy. Like, oh, nigga, like, black men are not allowed to ever redeem themselves, ever grow. Or this really kind of be seen as, really just seen as human. You know what I mean? But here he is saying, now listen, you got to think about, yo, if he has come to the conclusion that he had to learn how to love, you got to think about, what did you have going on before that you had to learn how to love? Because I ain't gonna lie, it's not really a manly thing to say. It's really a crazy, everything he's saying is things that crazy niggas say. Because crazy niggas love being feminists, because crazy dudes are chaotic and they're not, first of all, they relate to women more, and because they do more of what they do. So how they are doesn't offend them. They may engage in a situation in terms of an argument and whatnot, but how they are and how they move, it doesn't bother them. It's like, so for example, people who break the law are probably more comfortable being around the kind of dude that drives around with a car smelling like weed and he's smoking weed in the car, he got a gun in his lap. I'm just saying, you know, if you are also part of the underground or similar lifestyle, that maybe you may know, oh man, there's a possibility something could happen, but it may not stick out to you. It may not stand out to you. It may not bother you as much as it would someone who is like a regular person. Like me personally, like yo, like nigga. Whenever I would see someone doing that, I would wonder like, yo, why are you doing that? And I had to realize, oh shit, this is another level of maturity. This is foresight. This is your ability to think ahead. That person is so short sighted that they can't think far enough to think, what if I get pulled over? Like yo, like my grass guy will literally pull up smoking weed in the car while he moving product. A lot of you experienced it. You know what I'm talking about.
Black History Month.
Yeah, I'll make this super quick because I gotta get back to work. Anyways, I like white guys.